the directive number 4
It's
that was
crazy.
always blocked for some apparent reason. We can never see it until he tries to arrest Dick Jones.
Yes, I
Right.
think he is alive, but he is a cyborg. So I think
I'm new on RoboCop, but I know I'm Alex Murphy as well. So, people of the world, what's going on? Real ones only. We are back at it again with another classic, 80s classic at that. We are going to be talking about RoboCop. And once
RoboCop.
again, my name is Kenyatta Mitchell, host of Real Ones Only.
And I'm Joel Brown, co-host of Real Ones Only.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's been a crazy, crazy week for me and crazy week for Joel. And
Yeah,
right
man.
now we back at it. We're gonna get this thing started. So Joel, let's go ahead and get this movie started. RoboCop, man. Oh my
RoboCop,
gosh.
man. Look, look,
Classic.
look, look, Ken. This movie was 80s gritty, right? So it's just 80s gritty, violent movie. This movie
Mm,
was what, 87? I think it was
87. 87.
87. Gritty, violent, cursing, rated R 80s movie. It was that kind of movie where your mama said you can't watch it.
Man.
It
Oh
was
my
it was,
gosh, man.
but you got some people up in here. So you got Peter Weller, who
Mm-hmm.
played Alex Murphy or RoboCop. And matter of fact, there's a Comic Con I'm gonna try to go to in Columbia
Mm-hmm.
next month. Peter Weller is the guest.
Oh
So I'm gonna try to
man.
get an autograph if I can.
All right.
You got Nancy Allen, who played Ann Lewis, who was RoboCop's partner all the way to part three. You
Mm-hmm.
got Kurtwood Smith, Clarence Boddicker,
Lord
with
have
that big
mercy.
forehead, right, Mr. Forehead, '70s
Mm-hmm.
show, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Rodney Cox, or the overall arcing villain, Dick Jones.
Dick Jones.
Dick Jones. You got Miguel Ferrer, who was Bob Morton,
Mm-hmm.
who made a mistake apparently.
I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake.
Oh
If you know
gosh.
the movie, he made them. No, Dan or Herfley, the
Yeah.
old man. Is that the cop, the chief?
No, 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 no. The old man, the owner of OCP.
Oh yeah. Yes, old man. They call him the old man. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You got Ray Wise, who was Leon Nash, the one who's always that's the one who's always laughing, right?
Oh wait,
No,
no, that's
Nash is
the
the dude
one,
with
the
the
pretty
dark hair.
boy. Yeah, the pretty boy, the permy up
Yes,
there.
yes. And Paul McCain, who was ML and Anton Wansky. I can't spell his
Yeah,
name
man.
wrong.
That's the
Uh,
one that ends up turning
Dude,
into
nothing, putty.
nothing. Mush. Oh gosh. I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready. Go ahead,
Yeah, this is
Joe.
gonna be a
Finish.
fun one.
All right, man. What you got for me?
Man, so Detroit and is filled with crime. That's where the setting
Mhm.
is. And it's just a crime ridden city. And there is a corporate uh 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 um I keep on saying it wrong. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut it out. But you got like a corporate business called OCP,
Hmm.
right? And so, they're private law enforcement. They're sort of running the city under in a way, and the city has no money. Cops are not really being paid or supported real well.
Hmm.
So it's just the city is really bad, and there are some cops who are looking to strike in the midst of all this chaos in Detroit. A guy named Alex Murphy gets transferred to to the metro area,
Hmm.
and he partners up with Ann Lewis. And Murphy is a veteran cop, so he knows what to do. But so that's how this is how we get it going.
How we get it going? Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. Oh man. And it's just crazy because now the it's like he's on his first day of the job, right?
Yes.
And now we're going to talk about his death because it just happened so quickly. Because it's like he just got there, got
Just got
introduced to
there.
his partner, and next thing you know, it was like his first get out of what I'm saying jail card was basically going after a corrupt gang.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? That's what Clarence Barnacle was a part of. He was
Monica's
part of
gang.
that gang.
Yes. Yeah.
And the gang was robbed somebody, and next Alex Murphy and them go chase him down,
Hmm.
and they end up chasing him to like a warehouse or whatever to their hideout. So now, what killed me the most about this is because them two split up.
I know.
Lewis
You know.
wants to go this way, Murphy goes this way. Lewis gets knocked out by one of the henchmen. All of a sudden, Murphy finds one of the henchmen, and
Hmm.
next thing you know, he says freeze. Dudes like this, and all of a sudden, who comes out of nowhere? Barnaker.
Monica
And
and his.
Barnaker and the rest of the crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like in your mind, well, in a 10-year-old's mind, you're like, oh my gosh, like they got him. He's about to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
But then with Barnaker, he likes to play with his food.
Yes. He's a
So
maniac.
it's
He's
like
crazy.
he's
Yes.
crazy, he's deranged. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna play with my food. He's like talking trash to him. He's like, what do you think about me, Copper? He was like, I think you're slime. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these little 80s puns and going back and forth. And then all of a sudden he's, oh, you think I'm slime? Okay, let's go ahead and play this game. And he goes, takes the shotgun. Shoots off his hand.
It's
Now,
your
a
hand. Yes.
10-year-old me seeing
Yes.
something like that is like,
That was, yeah, rough.
what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he was like, all right, boys, you can go ahead you can say, go ahead, have
Oh,
fun.
worst part.
Worst part of the movie. The first thing that goes, first gunshot took off his whole
His
arm.
arm is gone.
The same
Hmm.
hand that got blasted off, shot off his whole arm. Next thing you know, everybody's shooting him. Bah, 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 bah,
Yeah.
bah, 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 bah. Now, in my mind, they had like shotguns, they had
Yep.
regular handguns.
Yep.
So you trying to tell me nobody was able to shoot him in the face?
They wanted to torture him.
You got a point. You got a
They
point.
were trying to torture him.
They were trying to torture
That's
him.
what's so rough, man.
And then the funny part to me, I always told Joel about this. Every time I used to watch it, now even I watch it as an adult, I see him getting shot, right? And he's like, ah, 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 ah. And he's like, he's almost dancing because he's getting, he's like, ah. Like he got a scratch on his back. Ah, scratch it, scratch it. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting shot up to hell. He's getting like blown
Yeah.
away.
And I don't know how he's able to still stand,
And he's still
but he's
standing from
standing.
that. And no
Impossible.
arm,
No.
just and the vest and the cavalry vest that he has on is protecting him as well. And then all of a sudden, Barnacle comes over and said, all right, I'm about to end this, and shoots
Yep.
him
Game
dead in
over.
the head.
Yeah.
Bah! And that's not with a regular gun. He shot him with a Desert Eagle.
He did.
So
And
I'm
his
thinking to
head was still
myself,
intact, but was funny.
oh, yeah, correct. His head was still intact with a big old wound right here.
I remember that.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, and it's so what another thing that killed me too is that Lewis is seeing her partner get shot up like this.
Hmm.
What would you let me ask you this question? If you see your partner getting shoot up like that, what would you have done? Would you have done what Lewis did, which is stay and hide until it was over? Or would you have tried to help and try to shoot them out and try to get them off?
I think if I remember, she wasn't close enough to get to him.
You sure?
I'm trying to remember because I remember her
She was at a fence.
looking through a fence, not able to
Mhm.
get to him in time. I think at that part, I don't know. I think she just kind of freaked out and was scared and stuck. I believe that's what it was. You
So
never,
what
they
would
never.
you have done?
I don't know. I think I would have tried to shoot them, but I don't. I really don't know. I think part of the issue is that, and I'm stretching here, Ken,
Mhm.
that the cops were so discouraged. Like it. I don't know what she was thinking. I think she felt like it was too late to save him.
Mm.
I think she wasn't close enough to him to reach him to stop them, to get a good shot.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm gonna have to look at it again, but
Hmm.
we'll see.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
I don't
And
know what I would
then
if I could have got to him, I would have tried to take those guys out.
try
Yes,
to take him out. All right. All
yes,
right. So now she sees, now they done left the hideout. She
yeah.
goes and sees him and she sees Murphy on the ground, like just done.
Mm-hmm.
And during
Mm-hmm.
this time now, in the beginning of the movie, Dick Jones did a test run with the Ed 209 and it killed an employee, right? So now during this time, Dick Jones is like, it was just a glitch in the system, and the old man was like, go ahead, Joe, please say that part, because you always say that part good.
I forgot he said, "You call this a glitch?" He was,
I'm sure it's only a glitch, a temporary setback.
You call this a glitch?
he was surprised he didn't go to jail and get fired. But that's the corruption of OCP, right?
Right.
This dude gets shot up, and Dick Jones doesn't go to jail. There is no compensation.
None.
It's just a glitch.
It's a and that's why I wanted to mention that too. I'm gonna go back to Murphy's death, but it still involves OCP
Of course.
because it's crazy because it was like no remorse, and it was like the old man said you call this a glitch, but instead of saying, "Man, my God, we just killed a man," he
Yeah.
was like, "You're about to make OCP lose money because of this glitch,"
Yes.
and not worrying
That was
about
OCP.
the man itself. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Mhm.
crazy. So now Dick Jones is interrupted by Bob Morton, and Morton was like, "Hey, I have this RoboCop program. We already
Hmm.
have candidates, and blah blah blah
Hmm.
blah.
We're ready to go.
We're ready to go." And then,
Mhm.
Dick Jones was like, "I see your enthusiasm, blah blah blah," and try to cut him off, and the old
He
man
didn't
was
like
like,
that. Hmm.
"No, tell me more about this program." And then the program gets started. Now to go back to Murphy, we talked about it earlier, and we were like, we did not know who were the prime candidates of OCP
Yeah.
for the RoboCop program.
Right.
But you said it good because it was like at that time he was already a cop. Two, he had already signed his rights over to
He
OCP when he
did.
became a
He
cop.
did. And I
He
don't
did.
think, guess what? A lot of, and they don't know it. They don't know they do that.
Yeah, you're right. So when that happened, he was the first cop chosen
Yep.
because of that situation.
Yep.
Now, the crazy thing about this was the user's remains for the RoboCop program.
Yep.
You made a valid point earlier when we were talking. You said the minute he got shot in his head, we thought he was dead.
Hmm.
You made a valid point. You said the brain lasts for 6 minutes under
Well,
trauma.
yeah. Yes.
So under trauma, it lasts for 6 minutes.
No. So to do a brain transfer, the brain, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is what
Mhm.
I've heard before. The brain is lasts about 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
Let's say you want to transfer a brain or sustain or whatever. I don't think you have. I don't think we actually do brain transfers.
Right.
But the brain lasts. For the so if you die, the brain is alive for about 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, but
Okay.
that's why I believe Murphy was still alive, because for him to get from where they were to the hospital is more than 6 minutes.
Right. And even if they took a helicopter, it still would have taken time
Yes,
for the helicopter to come get him
yes,
out of the
yes,
hideout and then just be transported to the hospital. And then
right,
they're still working on him and all this other stuff.
yes,
And they said he died at 6:15.
yep.
So that was like, okay, that's crazy. So I don't know how long it took, but he should have been like gone, really, really gone.
So either he died or they shut his brain down and rebooted it within the RoboCop. I,
Okay.
I got to watch it again because I know, like, for example, we're not doing RoboCop 2, but I know when they made RoboCop 2, they transferred Kane's brain from his body and they transferred within 6 minutes. And so the brain was saved.
Right.
But when it came to Alex, I think he was still alive. He had to, I think once the brain is gone, it's gone.
It's gone. Right.
You can't. So I think I believe he was still alive. Matter of fact, I think they said he's conscience,
Right.
but but I think for the RoboCop program, it sort of rebooted his brain in a way. So his brain wasn't dead, but I think it rebooted it. Otherwise, why would he have memories? How would he
Right.
know if he was
Because
dead?
And then another thing is too, right? When they were going through the processes, it looks like a year, almost a year has passed because they already did like the
I can see
New
that.
Year's
Yeah.
Eve and stuff like that.
Yep. Yep.
So the ball
Yep.
dropped. So yeah, all of that
Yep.
happened. I'm thinking during that process, you might be right because they were even asking, will he remember these things
Yes.
that we're doing? And it's still
Can you understand what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter. We're going to blank his memory anyway.
Well, I think we should lose the arm. What do you think, Johnson?
and it's still video. So yes, he will still remember these things because it's being recorded.
Hmm.
Um So that's why I like the movie so much because for one, it was gritty, like you said. It
It
was a
was really. Yeah.
horrific death for someone to go through. He was tortured, he was murdered, and it was like you said, like I said, Barnaker played with his food,
Yeah.
and it just made it even worse.
And Ken, there was no justice for him. Like,
None.
like there was no justice for Murphy. Not at least not yet.
Right. Now, question I have for you.
Okay.
Was Murphy actually dead, or was part of him still alive?
I think Murphy was alive. I think he was rebooted. I think his brain was rebooted within the machine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was alive. They put his brain inside a machine where he actually has eyes.
Mm-hmm.
No, his eyes are not real. Like those aren't his eyes,
Right.
right? Because otherwise, how can he zoom in and out? And he even said it, best eyes that money can buy. So
There's the little darling. Good eyes, Murphy.
Good as money can buy.
Mm-hmm.
the eyes aren't his. His skin, I think, is pasted on. But the only thing that is human, of course, is the brain. So
It's the
I think
brain.
he is alive, but he is a cyborg. So I think he is alive in there. He's just he's and we mentioned this before, Ken. We're gonna mention it a little bit about how he wakes up, like how he remembers, but he doesn't have regular body. He doesn't have a lot of his body, but he doesn't have a circulation of blood.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't, he has oil and different things. He has parts and machines. He
Mm-hmm.
he has to rely on both. He's
How does he eat? His digestive system is extremely simple. This processor dispenses a rudimentary paste that sustains his organic system.
he's machine and brain. So
Okay.
the machine can't work without the brain, and the brain can and the brain can't work without the machine. So he is actually both.
Alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
Okay, I
He's
like that. I
alive.
like that. I
Hmm.
like that. All right. So, tell me about like your part. I would
Hmm.
say the machine
Hmm.
learns he's a human. Explain that, man. Explain that for me.
So like, and we mentioned this before, Ken. So he sees Emil, one of Barnaker's gang, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He sees Barnaker's gang member after he's been on the scene solving crime, right?
Well, maybe go back because we got to talk about when he was in the chair first.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, and that's what I get confused with. He was in the chair having the dream,
Correct.
and then he sees, that's right. Then he sees Emil.
And then not to me to cut you off.
No, I'm gonna get this right for me. I'm trying to remember. Go ahead.
Okay, so when he was in the chair, and this was the crazy part, he was in the chair, he starts to flinch.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, as he starts to dream, I forgot what the name of it is, where it's actually reading the brain waves of
Yeah, the
that going through
brainwave
the
machine.
time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you see an image that pops up on the screen.
I remember that image.
Correct. So it was Barnaker, but it was like it was like static on the screen. Then they basically
Faded.
enhanced the Barnaker, faded the Barnaker, And then all of a sudden, that's when he starts going back to how he was
Yes.
executed.
So he remembers the execution, but not yet who did it, who was
Correct.
responsible.
Correct.
Okay. So and that's when he started doing the yes, like he's dancing, right? And that the last shot, right? Okay.
Right.
So I when does he remember his wife? Does he just drive there? I think no. Oh, that's right. That's right. He walks out and
Hmm.
Officer Lewis sees him. Now,
Yes.
Officer Lewis, remember, Officer Lewis knew this was Murphy because he spun the gun.
Right.
Because that's what
That's his
Alex
function.
would do. Because he
Hmm.
was like, "Why are you spinning your gun? My son watches this dude on TV, and he said if I can do that, so he must have.
Right.
So that's what Alex. So when he saw him spin the gun as RoboCop, he's like, "Wait a minute, that's Murphy." So when he runs into Lewis, Murphy, it's you, and that's when he remembers his wife.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
all right. So and we laugh at this. He's driving around. In the cop, he goes to his house that is, of course, empty.
Empty.
Like you said, Ken, they've been working on the project for about a good year. So
Hmm.
his wife, matter of fact, we found out that his wife and children, they move out and start all over.
Hmm.
Right. And so the house is empty, and Robocop walks through and he sees images of his wife, of his kids.
Hmm.
This lets us know, Ken, that he's alive, that he is
Yep.
still human, right? Because computers don't do that.
No, they
They're
don't
not,
dream.
they don't dream, right? And they don't have memory of a past before they were created.
Hmm.
Okay. So he sees his wife, and like you said, that she got up close and all. And so he walks out angry and like punches the TV because he remembers he had a life and someone
Hmm.
stripped him of it, Ken.
Yes. And that's what made it so bad. So
Yeah.
now, oh my gosh. So now this is when he starts becoming self-aware.
Yes, that's the best word to say. Yes, he becomes aware.
And now it's like you said earlier, he is on his way to basically figure out his own death.
Hmm.
He's
Well,
investigating.
that I think after that, that's when he meets Emil at the gas station.
Yes. Now go ahead and start from there. Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's a funny scene because here's the thing. Again, we mentioned earlier, the city is corrupted, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Emil is pulling up a gas station just for the hell of it, just to
Yes.
be a jerk, right? And RoboCop finds that there's a crime in progress. He goes and he investigates, and he tells Emil, "Dead or alive, you come with me." And that's what he told, I think, Emil when
Mm-hmm.
he first met him. "Dead or alive, you come with me." And so when Emil heard it, he was like, it's so funny how Emil remembers a ran all out of all the people he killed, he remembers this dude, right? And
Dead or alive, you are coming with me. I know you. You're dead. We killed you.
he says, "Wait, we killed you.
Mm-hmm.
We killed you." And it was like, what? And then it starts to come. But then he Emil tries to escape. They blow up the gas station. He shoots him off of the motorcycle. It looks so funny the way his body flew, but and how he even survived that.
Correct. Because he
And so
went
he
up.
asked,
He
he
when he
goes,
hit the car, he went up.
yes, and you hear him say, "Ah," And so we ask Emil, "Who are you?" And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Emil's too beat up to answer. And that's when he goes to the database back at the precinct. He uses
Mm-hmm.
the data spike, puts it in, and that's when he finds it.
And
Emil,
just to
all of
just
it.
to and just to piggyback off of that part, right? You can tell it's an arm that's being maneuvered. Because when he pulled
Yes, yes, it wasn't his arm. That's true, but it looks so odd. And
it
I'm
was
like,
like
that's not his arm.
he was
Like
like,
it's
"What are
clear
you
the shoulders
doing
are
here?"
down.
Yeah.
This,
And it's like this.
yes,
Cling. And he's like this.
yes, that was
It
so
just looks
true.
so bad. Just looks so bad. They could have edited that part. You gotta,
But
man, I'm telling
but
you,
looking
man.
at it when you're like 8 or 9, you're like, oh snap, that's cool.
Yes, yes. Yes, it was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
But anyway,
So,
he finds out.
so now, like I said, he's investigating his own murder because right now he's
Yes.
doing it. The
Yes.
first person he goes to get is basically Nash.
And he's in a club or something,
And the
right?
club. And that fool was in the club, like having a good old time, party and
Yes.
everything. That fool took him out there and beat the nothing out of him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is funny. So now he's like going in and he's
Hmm.
finding out what's going on with his
Yeah.
murder. Now, this is
Yeah.
the part I didn't realize. I
Uh-huh.
didn't know Emil was still in jail.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They all eventually went to jail
Yes.
until the strike.
Until the strike. So this is the thing. Emil was in there for the longest. And he was like, you ain't gotta worry about me. I protect my booty hole. Like it was like this, it
Yeah.
was just that.
And I think he had a jail suit on walking out.
Yes, he had a jail suit on. So that even made it worse. So that's how I was like, it's oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um,
He was putting them in jail.
yeah,
So they can be investigated.
he put
Yes.
them in jail. Let me ask you this question. Is RoboCop a machine pretending to be a human or a human trapped inside a machine?
And we said this, like he's both. He is a human
Hmm.
machine. He is a cyborg. He is both. He
That's
is a
crazy.
hybrid. He is machine and he is a human. He
Hmm.
cannot have one without the other.
Cannot. And that machine part is working the brain. Like you stated earlier.
Yes.
Like you stated
Yes.
earlier, it's working the brain. So there's no
Yes.
way for him to basically work without the other part.
Yes. And the
No
part can't
way.
work without the brain. If the think again, part two. You can't beat RoboCop 2 like the machine that Kane was in. No one could beat it.
No one.
No one could beat it.
No
What did
one.
RoboCop do? How did he have to stop it? He took the brain out.
Hmm.
So now that machine is just a chunk of machine. It's nothing without that
Hmm.
brain. So if I were to come in and take RoboCop's brain out, the machine part would just shut down and fall over.
Right.
So
Right.
he was a hybrid. He was a cyborg.
All right.
Now here's a weird thing about it. Was he human? Right? We know he was alive, but
Yes.
him being human, he
You know what? I'm gonna answer that question for you. And to go
okay,
back and to
okay.
piggyback from part two, OCP was getting sued by Alex Murphy's wife
I remember
in
that.
part two. So
Yes,
the lawyer and they came to talk to him and it
that's
was like,
right.
we're gonna record you and we want you to we're gonna ask you questions. He was like, he said, are you alive? He was like, he looked at him and he wanted to basically say yes,
Yes, he
he's
did.
alive, but then
Yeah.
he was like, no, I'm not alive. He's like, you have to think about it. You're going around there to see your wife, and your wife has
Yes.
already been through therapists, um,
Hypnotist, all kinds of
hypnotists,
yeah,
all the crazy stuff, right?
yeah.
And you're going around there driving by slow and stalking her. She's finally getting over this stuff, right?
Yeah, he hit him hard, man. He was like, "You think you can ever love somebody?" I'm like, "Dang, this dude was
But
mean, man."
he was mean, but it was
It was
correct.
realistic.
It was
RoboCop had,
realistic.
and guess what? RoboCop had to stop coming over there.
He
He had
had
to
to.
stop stalking her.
And
It's
that's
over.
it's over. So that's what made it even worse. So that's why I was like, to answer that question, he had to answer it for himself. It's like he knew he felt, well, I can't even say he felt, but it's just the fact that he knew that, hey man, I know that I'm human. I know that I'm alive. I know I'm a real boy, like Pinocchio would say. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I just have metal parts. It's just the fact that I
Yes.
know who I am. I
Right.
know that I'm Alex Murphy. I'm not, I'm no I'm RoboCop, but I know I'm Alex Murphy as well.
So he
You know
was
what
a
I'm
human.
saying?
Yes, you're right.
So that's another thing. So now,
That's right.
after
It's
he,
a good point.
after
Yeah.
Murphy discovers that
Yeah.
he is, alive, you know what I'm saying? And now he's going down hunting these people. He
Yep.
got Emil first, then he got Nash, and
Yep.
then finally he goes after Dick Jones.
No, no, Barnaker.
Oh, I'm sorry, Barnaker. He goes after Barnaker. So
They
now,
doing bad making a drug deal. They doing bad. Of course.
yeah, and it's crazy because he's like, "Come on, man, you know I don't want to be a part of this." And the owner of the drug house, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny to me because he was like, he did not want to deal with Barnaker. He was like, Barnaker, you got cops on your payroll and or you're
Yep.
on their
Yep.
payroll and everybody
Yep.
knows about you and you're like he didn't want to be a part of that,
Yeah.
which I kind of found kind of weird because a criminal with a criminal. But
Yeah.
then I was like, you know
Right.
what? It's just the fact that he doesn't want to be shut down because of his nonsense. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So, all of this is going down. Next thing you know, RoboCop busts in, takes down everybody. It was just so bad. He took
With a
down
handgun.
with a handgun, and he's doing moves like
I mean, he didn't even
like,
look
like
behind. One dude was like, it's
correct.
just
He's going to town. Like he's going to town, doing trick shots and killing people.
Ken, let me say this real quick. That is so 80s action. One man army taking everybody out. That's what we want to see. Even
Correct.
looking at that today, I'm like, dang, dude. Dude is coming in there wrecking everybody. Ain't
Wrecking
ain't
shot.
nobody. And guess what? He ain't missed one shot.
Correct. He ain't missed not a one. That aiming system was on point.
But guess what? He didn't shoot anybody until they shot him.
Correct.
If everybody dropped their guns, he didn't shoot anybody until that dude was like, man, forget you. And he still didn't shoot. Next thing you know, pow, pow, pow. It's
Then the music.
But anyway, go ahead.
Bam, bam, bam. So now he and this the funniest part to well, it's one of the parts of the movie
Yes.
that makes you laugh because Boniker's trying to get away.
Yes.
And what made me think was like, okay, all you had to do is keep running up the scaffold that's up there. You're running. There's windows. You could jump out the window. This fool jumps over and falls through the office where
Yes.
RoboCop's coming,
He does. Yes.
and he is screaming and panicking, and he's like, I'm on the guy's payroll. He's somebody that works at OCP." He's like, "You're under arrest," and he
Yes.
throws him through the first glass. Oh no! He's screaming, "Come on, stop, stop!" And you have a right to remain silent. Oh, what kind of F? And he just cussing, cussing.
And you can see the explosion of the breakaway glass if you look closely.
Yes, I seen that too. Then the last time he's like, "Whatever you say against you will be used against you in the court of law," and he's just like throwing him through every type of plain glass, whatever it may be, right?
How much glass is in that building?
Right. And then he was like, you could tell he was like, "Oh my God," he said, "It's Dick Jones, Dick Jones."
Uh-huh.
And RoboCop had his hand around his neck
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
he was squeezing, and that man's face looked like, oh gosh, I'm about to die. He's like, but you're a cop.
Mm-hmm. Ken, right there. Ken, we spoke about that. And
Yes.
he's choking Dick Jones. A machine would not do that.
Yep.
Because a machine is not doing anything personal. That was Murphy choking this fool. Murphy. That was,
You're a cop! Cop!
that was that and then we said this, right? Like part two. The woman said what kept Alex Murphy going was the fact of his duty.
Mm-hmm.
So him choking Barnaker, he stopped. You're right. I am a cop. He had to prove that he is the better man. And you're
Mm-hmm.
going to jail. He was about justice. I don't think, guess what? I think none of that was machine. Of course, it was physical machine, strength
Right.
and power, but the mind, I am a cop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop. I am a cop.
I am a cop. The comprehension, the logic,
Yes,
and
there we
then
go.
the
Yes.
self-awareness and consciousness
Yes.
is
Yes.
popping in his mind like, oh my God,
Yes.
I am a
Yes.
cop. I cannot kill this man.
Yes.
Let me get him to
Mhm.
place. I mean to the prison, to the police
Yep.
station.
Yep.
Gets him to the police station, throws him to the counter, book him. On what charges? He's a cop
Cop
killer.
killer.
And you know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
That fool was so arrogant. That fool said, Give me my phone call. It, he, it,
It was so funny and disgusting at the same time.
it
Oh, you
was,
did this. And then the
it
cop
was
was like,
correct. He was so arrogant, so full of himself that he knew
yep,
without a doubt, he
he
was
would get
like,
out.
I am going to get out by
Yep.
tonight.
And he did. He did.
And here's the jokey part. After all of that, RoboCop says he goes to go get Dick Jones. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this part
Mm-hmm.
was so funny because when he's
Mm-hmm.
driving to Dick Jones, they use like the little cartoon silhouette, and he's driving to OCP.
Yep.
Driving to OCP, people see him coming in, and he's on the phone with Bonaker. You told everything. You blabbered everything, Bonaker. He said, "Don't worry about the lawyer will get you out within the next 24 hours." He
Yeah,
hangs
he
up the
really
phone.
messed up. Yeah.
He pulls out the tracker.
Yes.
I
Yes.
forgot about the tracker. They
The
said the
tracker.
tracker in the beginning.
Forgot
They
about
said, "How do
that.
we track him?" They said, "We
Yes.
have this." So he sees RoboCop coming up the stairs. He's like, "You're Dick Jones. You're under arrest for what
Mm-hmm.
charge? For aiding and abetting
Setting.
felon or
Yes.
something like
Mm-hmm.
that." He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, well, you have to take me to jail."
Yep.
Now, Joe, here's what I thought. When I was smaller and whiskey a little bit like maybe 11 or 12, I
Mm-hmm.
thought he had something on his wrists
Really?
that always like that made him shut down. But then I was like, no, Ken, it's the directive number 4
That's
that was
crazy.
always blocked for some apparent reason. We could never see it until he tries to arrest Dick Jones.
Yes. And
So
that,
Dick
yes.
Jones was
Yes.
like, he said, "You don't think I got a backup plan? I put
Mm-hmm.
the directive in there just because of this crazy nonsense, just in case I knew he
Mm-hmm.
was going to come." Directive
Mm-hmm.
was he cannot touch or harm a
Any.
OCP
Any.
representative.
Yes. What is it? Is it OCP higher up, or I
It
think
was
it's
something executive or something like
I
that.
think executives.
Right.
So
So
no one, not even the old man, no one.
not even the old man. And it was crazy because the directive was in there for that nonsense.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? So finally, that situation happens and he starts to shut down.
Yeah.
Now, as
Yeah.
like you said, I remember you said this today. You said in your mind, you were like, no, I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
like you see the
Yeah. He's
hero
losing.
actually
Yeah.
losing. He
Yeah.
has all this mechanical stuff on. He's strong as maybe 30 men or even stronger.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden
Strong.
now you actually see him losing. In your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, as a kid, you're like, what the heck is going on?
But Ken, think about this. You know what he said to him? You think you're a regular cop? Like you think you can?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He was Murphy solving a crime. He's like, you're not a typical cop. You're a machine. You're a product of OCP.
Yep, he
You
did
can't
say
do what
that.
you think you can just wander and Ken, it, it's amazing, right? How that's what is hurting him. The fact that he is a machine too.
Correct. And the machine was shutting down. Like,
Yeah.
and
He's OCP product. He's
now here,
OCP product.
correct. Now here's the thing: was the human side of him stopping the shutdown? Because he was supposed to shut down completely, but was it the human side and the will of him wanting to take down Dick Jones, or it was something else that was keeping him pushing?
What happened? I forgot. Something happened and he kept going. He was like, you still got some strength in you.
Yes, he did say
That
that.
I think that was the human side.
Gotcha.
And that's when he
Still a little fight. Continue.
and that's when he called in Ed, what is it?
209.
Yeah, I think that's when he called it in to stop him because he was going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I think RoboCop would have kept going because because why would a machine still have fight in it? It's the human side.
It's the human side. Okay. So now he's, you know, called Ed 209. And like I said, when I was smaller, I used to be like, oh my gosh, this thing is scary as I don't know
I
what.
remember I had the toy.
You had the toy?
Ed 209. I had two of them. Because I got one year and my father bought me another one for Christmas because he didn't know I had it and I had two Ed 209s.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember I would take it apart and have the top part, and I would act like it would fly and all that kind of. It was yeah,
Oh man, but that thing that
yes,
remind me so much. It was just so scary because they had that growl, and then after the growl, it just had some other stuff on it too. So it was just crazy. So so now, as it's going on, Ed 209 is shooting the crap out of RoboCop,
yeah,
like shooting him up. RoboCop's he's still trying to fight, and at the same time, he's still trying to dodge this thing. This thing done give
yeah.
him an uppercut, then
It
done
did. It did
broke
hit
him across
him.
the face.
Yes, it did hit him.
So
Yes.
now he's trying to run for his life because he's like, I don't know what to do. So he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm shutting down. Like my system is like fried. I'm getting shot up point blank range by this thing. And all of a sudden it tried to shoot him point blank range in the face. And he was able to basically block it and hold it and then basically shoot its other arm to
Yes.
blow up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you see the Will and Murphy really pushing
Mm-hmm.
through, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha. I'm gonna fight till the end.
Mm-hmm.
He
So
fights,
fight.
he gets away from Ed 209. Ed 209 is shooting out
And,
rockets.
and you know what? I mean, the old man is right. Ed 209 can't walk downstairs.
It
You
cannot.
it you can have a big machine, but it can't go down the stairs. You see, that's why the old man was like, this machine sucks.
Correct.
Like, even in part, I think it's part two or three, the Ed 209 steps in the sewer hole and it can't
Yes, in
move it.
part two. In
Part
part two.
two, it's like,
Hmm.
see, that's what we're talking about. That's why that machine would be bad. Anyway, so he can't go downstairs.
Next thing you know, he tumbles over boom, boom,
Yep.
and sounds like a actual child screaming for help.
Yeah. Yeah, like a pig or something. Yes. Think about it. Ed 209 can't get up, Ken.
Yes.
That's why it's a bad product. It's not just a
Hmm.
malfunction, it's a bad
It's a
product.
bad product, a real bad product. So now, after all this is happening, he gets downstairs, and guess who's waiting for him downstairs? OCP.
Yep, the
But
cops.
it's actually, when you say OCP, but it's actually the
Yes,
Detroit Police Department, right?
yes, because Dick
Now,
Jones called the cops.
correct. Telling them RoboCop done run amok. Next thing you know, you see all of them
Yep.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Now I made a joke because we talked about it earlier. I said for them, for the cops that weren't, because in the beginning of the movie, the cops were contemplating to doing a strike,
Yeah,
but the cops still showed up. But you can tell that the ranks were falling because there weren't really
it
too much
was.
cops
Yes.
there.
And
But
that's one of the reasons why Murphy and Lewis lost at the very beginning. There were really no cops around.
correct. And then in the beginning, also another cop died.
Oh, that's right. That's
Right.
right.
Another cop had died too, and that's when he ended up getting Alex.
No protection. Yes,
No
that's right.
protection. So now it's crazy because he's running away from there. He ran away from 209 Ed 209, was able to
Right.
get from him. Now you got to worry about the OCP cops that's outside.
Yeah.
And they are
Yeah.
firing up on
Yeah.
him. Bruh. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. When I first saw that, I felt so bad
Me
for him.
too. I'm
I
like,
was like,
why are they shooting him? Yeah,
why are
I
they
felt
shooting
bad.
him? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I felt bad because another reason I felt bad is was like, well, dang, like they didn't even try to hear him out. And his colleagues is like, hold on, wait, that's a cop. Da 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 da. He was like, we have orders to take that thing out.
They looked at it as a machine.
And they shot him up.
Shot him up.
Shot him up.
But
And
no major damage.
no major damage, right? So, Lewis comes around, helps him get in the car after then shoot him
Hmm.
up to Kingdom Come, and she
Hmm.
takes him to what's
Like a
a
manufactory kind of thing.
abandoned factory. So she's over there, and then it's funny to me because
Yeah,
we finally get to see him with the helmet off.
that's right. Well,
Yeah, he don't take the helmet off at all. Not
that's
even when in
right.
the first one. That's
Okay.
the first time we ever see
Yeah,
him without the
yes, without
helmet
his
on.
helmet. Right.
Now, here's a joke that I had. I was like, okay, they take he has like the automatic wrench. Gets the wrench, he
Right.
undrills it, right? I was
Hmm.
like, that's a 4-inch screw in your head.
Yes, in his head.
And he's pulling him out and he's going like this and he lifts it off, right? My question is, and you probably know this too, where's the black thing underneath his chin?
Wait. Wait. The black thing was gone? I never knew that. Wait, wait a minute, Ken.
If you go back and look at the movie, right? The minute he takes it off, all you see is face and chin. Where is the black strap that's right here and it goes underneath this? This is then because if you need the black strap because the black strap is connected to this part. So if he
Yes,
unscrews this and he all you see him do this in the movie is go like
yes,
this.
he takes it off the helmet. Yes,
So there's no way for this to unattach unless
right,
he's going like this to pull it off
but it's
fully.
not.
But
But
it's
he's
not
not.
because it's attached up here. So when you see him take it off, he takes it off, and all you see is this. All you see is the face. The
Ah,
black attachment, which would have been drilled with it together, which I can see now, if that's the case, it would have been drilled in with the screws right here. Then he lifts. He would have to pull it up like this, and then pull off this way, where he wouldn't have the black thing. But if you
but
go
he
back
did.
and look, he didn't have the black thing at all.
Well, it's just the same thing with Batman. When Batman would move his cowl, where was the black things around his eyes? I mean, think about it. Every Batman, he would have the black. When he
The black
removed his
marking around
hat,
his eyes.
where it happened to it? Just like the Return of Batman, when he reveals to Selina Kyle that he's Bruce Wayne,
It's not there anymore.
it's not there no more.
Mm.
It's the same thing.
That's why I was like, okay, because now that's why I was like, he takes off the helmet.
Oh my
He's taking off
gosh,
this
it's
part of the
true.
helmet. So if he's taking this part off, he's putting it down. What happened to the black thing underneath
That
this
is
that
so
holds the chin?
true.
So I said, you know what? That had to be like a mistake,
That was a
or
mistake.
it had to because there's no way you unscrew these long screws and just lift up and pull it off because this part right here needs to be because it was connected to this. Because you see, because you can actually see the fake jugular underneath.
That's right. That's right. Ken. Oh my gosh. I'm
So
gonna
that's
go
why I
back
was
and look at
like,
that part.
it didn't make any sense. So I was like, they got to find a way to fix that, right? So now they're there,
Good point. Yes.
and now it's so funny because he's trying to get himself together, and
Hmm.
he's like, I don't think you're gonna like what you're gonna see, and she was like, I've
Hmm.
seen worse when you were dead, like you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's like a turning point for him. He's like, I see myself, I even see my wife in my dreams, but I don't remember them.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And he
Yes.
starts talking in third person. Alex
Yeah.
Murphy had a wife. Like, and that's why it made me feel bad for him because it's like, no
Yeah.
fool, you're Alex Murphy. You know who you are. It's just the fact that your brain has been rebooted to this system, and you think, I mean, you're calling yourself a RoboCop, not Alex
Well,
Murphy.
well, he's saying that because Alex Murphy is no more. So in the way he's saying Alex Murphy had a wife and kids. Because he's not Alex anymore. But I think at the end
Hmm.
he accepts that he still is Murphy.
Okay.
It's weird because at the end when the old man says, "Nice shooting, son. What's your name?" He turns around and says, "Murphy."
Murphy.
You didn't even hear
Right.
the robotic, but it just sounds like a regular. I'm Murphy.
Regular person.
I
Regular
think
person.
he accepts this is who I am.
Right.
I'm
Right.
Murphy.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
And what I love about this scene, Ken, is he always relied on a target system. But what did he say? My target system is messed up.
And she was
So
able to help
now,
him fix it a little bit.
it little bit. But what I loved about it was he had to eyeball it like a
Hmm.
regular cop. He had to
Yep.
actually shoot like a regular cop. That means he could miss. Until he got himself fixed, he could
Fixed.
miss.
Correct.
But him being a cop, he can still shoot. Even if he has eyes. He said his talking system's messed up. So he can't use his talking system because it's kind of off. But what does he do? Now he's like, now that the playing field is a little bit even.
Hmm. And then now here's the part that I love the most.
Yeah.
After he done did everything, he kills Barnaker. Barnaker dies a terrible death. I don't give a
Yes.
nobody
All
cares.
of them die.
All of them
Yes.
died a terrible death. The worst death to me was Emil.
Of course was a meal. that part scared me when I was young. Like, and I'm thinking, did he, when I was young, I'm like, did he go into a thing of acid? No, this dude went into toxic waste.
Waste.
And he just, what we about to say?
I got something. Okay, now I should have written this down. So after I watched the movie, I wrote a bunch of topics down that I wanted to discuss. One of the things, it was a foreshadow of Emil dying inside of the van.
Who
It
was the
was being
fourth?
foreshadowed the whole time. Okay, Emil gets out of jail. What is Emil doing?
He returns to Bonica and I don't know.
When Emil gets out of jail, he goes downtown and everybody starts robbing because basically RoboCop is gone, right? And people are
Hmm.
robbing downtown. They're robbing this store. They're robbing this
Of
store.
course.
Where is he at watching the TV?
He's sitting outside of the store watching the TV.
But what vehicle was he in?
That truck.
Okay,
Have you both?
that's the first foreshadowing. The second foreshadowing is that when Barnager comes, Barnager's driving the car. They start talking about how he got this car, the black guy gets the car, and next thing you know,
Hmm.
Barnaker comes out, pulls out that big Cobra cannon, right?
Hmm.
He gives the gun to Emil. Emil shoots. I'm sorry. Thing shoots the gun first, and then he gives the gun to Emil, right?
Hmm.
Now, when they are shooting the gun, not Dick Jones. Barnaker says, Emil, make sure you put that thing inside of the van. That was the second foreshadow.
Uh,
The third one was like they were still shooting, and he was like, he's at the old steel mill. All right, everybody, carry up, get up. You hear Barnaker say it again. Hurry up, Emil, and get that thing in that van. We gotta go.
Emil, get your ass in a van.
And then the last thing you hear him say was talking about the van again. And that's
I
when he
remember.
tells Emil to get into the van to
Hmm.
go stop RoboCop.
Emil, in the van.
He gets
Hmm.
into the van again, drives around, sees RoboCop, and what happens? His death scene was foreshadowed to be in that damn van. It was four foreshadowings of him about to die, and he kept saying the van, the van, the van, the van.
Mm.
He died in that van. Now, when he ran into that toxic waste, like
Oh
you said, it
man.
scared you. It scared
Yeah.
me too. I was like, is that toxic crusader?
Toxic Crusaders.
I used to love that show. Toxic Cruise.
Toxic Crusaders.
He was going.
Oh, that was
So
a terrible death.
as he
Terrible.
knocks into the that big old thing full of toxic waste,
Yeah.
the thing roll like pushes all the water out and just
Yeah.
rolls him
All
out,
onto him.
right?
Yeah. All of that.
And he's like, uh, uh, uh,
They'll be able to
it's
save him.
just no way to save. He's going to die. I don't care how much technology they had in that futuristic Detroit, that would have never have saved him. As he's walking around, Nash sees him. Nash turns around. He's like, "Help, help
Yeah.
me!"
That's like, get off of me, man.
Don't touch me, man.
Now, if you look at his hands,
Oh, that was
toxic
terrible.
waste was so bad it
The
melted his
fingers.
hand. You can see
Yeah.
his fingernails. He had like a gargoyle. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad
He
gargoyle.
did.
So all of this is going down, and they're chasing after Bonaker, and all this thing is going down. Dude walks into the middle of the road. Bonaker doesn't seem to be turning around looking back. And when he turns around, and he explodes.
Yes.
I said, you know what?
Wow. Worst
That
scene ever.
another horrific
Worst death.
scene
Yes.
in this movie.
Worst death ever.
That's it, man.
And he was in great pain, like he was cooking
He was
inside. His
cooking.
body was burning.
And he was still able to move. That's what makes it so
Yeah.
sad because it was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. But then when you explode,
Yeah,
Like you literally explode. Like he hit his windshield and the thing went up like an ice cream.
it did. It was terrible. And his head flew. It was disgusting. But that was that 90s, that was the
Grit.
80s violent, gritty stuff.
Oh my gosh. All right, so now all of this is happening, and you just think to yourself, like, what can happen next? Like, what really could happen next? And lo and behold, dude drops a whole whoa. Lewis gets shot up,
Mm-hmm.
and then Murphy comes from around the corner. Barnaker, and he's like, "All right, man, you gotta take me to jail." Like he was like, "No, you gotta take me to jail. You make it."
Arrest me.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, arrest me." He's like, "You're making this personal, aren't you?"
And it's so
Yes, it
funny,
is.
RoboCop. I'm not arresting you anymore. What does that mean? You better take that dude out. He's gonna kill him. I'm not arresting you anymore. It's just like
Okay, I give up.
I'm not arresting you anymore.
Hey,
that was it. Dang. And yeah.
The guy drops the steel, a bunch of steel on top of RoboCop, and it looks so crazy because like, oh my gosh, RoboCop gets steel dropped on him.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, dude is like covered in steel. He has one arm up, and Dick Jones. I mean, like I keep saying Dick Jones.
Barnacle.
Barnaker is like running up on him. He's using the metal pipe. Bah, he's blocking. He's blocking again, and next thing you know, he stabs him in the chest. Now, would there have been a pain receptor for him to feel?
I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. He
Because he
shouldn't
said,
felt any pain.
because would he have felt pain?
If his brain, that's the weird thing about it. Like, okay, he's getting shot. He doesn't feel anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if his brain has a pain receptor in it, he could feel something touching his skin, but there was nothing inside.
Right.
I don't know if the wires and all, I don't know. I really don't know. I'll connect it. But the same thing happened in part two when they were like, what does it taste like? And he's like, ah. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So then
no,
that and
matter
that's
of fact, they did say he can feel pain. In part two, when he was stripped, the one was
oh
like, he's in pain. And the other guy's
right.
like, no, he's not. It's just lights and flickering, right? But I think because he has a brain and maybe receptors, somehow they're connecting. Like, so RoboCop has to know he's touching something. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the brain or part of the computer. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to look
Okay.
that up.
Okay. So now he kills like Dick Jones, and Dick Jones got stabbed so bad it just felt like you are never ever coming back.
Oh yeah, when he pulled it out and the big
He said,
splatter falls in his chest,
"Yeah." He's like, and he was like, ah, ah,
holding it up, one
falls
finger
down,
up.
boom.
That was it for Barnaker.
Barnaker is done. Now, like you said, this part right here is so funny to me because it's like we see finally Dick Jones getting his because this man has
Hmm.
been a terror.
He's been Ken, and I said this before. OCP is just as bad as Barnaker.
Right.
They're just as evil. They're just as corrupt. They're just as messed up. They're just as crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we mentioned RoboCop 2 a lot. I think because the story, the lore of RoboCop sort of expands there.
Mm-hmm.
But you see Kane saying, we're gonna make Made in America, right? And he said that's gonna mean something one day, right? And Kane says that. The girl's like Made in America, and Kane was like that's something that's gonna mean something, and
Mm-hmm.
and the old man says the same thing. Made in America, that's gonna mean something. They say the same thing.
I
They
gotta go back
want
and look at that.
they want the same things. It's just one wears a suit. So
Made in America.
Yeah, we're gonna make that mean something again.
Means jobs we can all be proud of and make Made in America mean something again.
so OCP is Barnaker, and Barnaker is OCP.
OCP. Yep. Oh,
They're all the same.
and that's crazy because now it's just like you said, they're all the same. Now here's the funny part because
Okay.
now RoboCop comes in back to OCP, blows up Ed 209, which is very funny.
He
Goes up
does.
goes upstairs, busts through the door, and Dick Jones is like, "This will kill the penguin the most. I want a chopper, and if anybody comes follow me, the old man gets it."
Yeah.
I want a chopper now. We will walk to the roof very calmly. I will board the chopper with my hostage. Anybody tries to stop me, the old geezer gets it.
You know what I'm saying? He's like thinking to himself,
You're fine. Yeah, yeah,
all you hear
like
is,
really? You're gonna make it out? It just
all you see is Director 4.
yes.
Thank you. Bah, bah,
Ah,
bah.
yeah.
And then when he got shot, I was like, one right here, one right here,
Yeah.
one
The
right
butt
here,
axe.
one here, right? But then if you slow it down, the minute he gets knocked out the window, his arms are already long, and you see
I
him
re-
falling down.
I remember, I don't know if you heard about why it did that.
No, tell me.
It was supposed to be like a stop motion kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
but I forgot what they said. It it was a glitch. It was a bad glitch that made his arms look like that.
Oh my
And they couldn't
gosh.
change it. And it looked dumb the way his arms look. Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
it and again, can remember Mission and Die Hard. The bad guy falls
The
off.
window. They fall out the when they get shoot up, fell out the window. It's just
And I remember my father would say, "How was he saying after he got shot?" But he goes, right?
he goes.
And I love it because the guy's like, "Nice shooting, son. What's your name?" And he says, turns around, "I'm Murphy."
My Murphy.
This yes, it does. It goes straight. It goes straight.
Murphy.
It goes straight there. And you know what? It does that in every movie. RoboCop
Every
2.
movie.
It was like, don't worry, Lewis. We're only human. Zzz, 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 dum, bum, bum, bum.
Patience, Lewis. We're only human.
Same thing. Even part 3. My friends call me Murphy. You can call me RoboCop. Bum,
RoboCop.
bum, bum, bum.
You call me RoboCop.
And I love that song. I love that song, man. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about these discussion questions.
Okay.
All right, so one of the biggest debates is, we talked about it before. Well, not even talked about it. We just want to talk about it now. Does
Uh-huh.
Murphy have a soul?
See, for me, I understand that the soul, it doesn't belong to man, to humans. It belongs
Hmm.
to God, right?
Right.
So in reality, like if you read Ecclesiastes, it says that the soul returns to God. Okay.
Hmm.
So the soul belongs to the Lord. But in this RoboCop universe and in many other movie universes, the soul or the consciousness can be moved. So
Hmm.
I don't know if RoboCop has a soul. It's that's like the hardest thing. We know.
Hmm.
So some people think the consciousness and the soul are sort of the same thing. I don't know. I think they. I don't. I think the consciousness is more of. Some people call it a soul.
Hmm.
Okay. So does RoboCop have a soul? I don't know. Did he ever die, or was his brain just rebooted?
Rebooted. Because I mean, they always talk about the brain as a CPU anyway. The
Yes.
CPU
Right.
was basically damaged, and they were able to basically repair it, and now it's basically was rebooted.
So the hard thing about it is, did hmm, if he died, then Okay, here's the thing about being a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
In order for you to be a cyborg, I believe there has to have human living tissue.
Okay.
I don't. I'm. This is racking my brain, man. I could be wrong. Now, real one fans, let me know. Real one fans,
Right.
those who are biologists and all that, help me out. I think. Okay, so I'm thinking about other movies where there is a
Okay.
cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I Jax, Mortal Kombat,
Okay.
he's a
Okay.
cyborg. He has cybernetic arms.
Arms. Mm-hmm.
He has a soul. He's still alive. RoboCop or even Kane, right? So
Mm-hmm.
did Kane die when because his brain wasn't dead?
His brain wasn't
So I
dead.
don't know. I really don't know.
Oh man. All
I
right.
really don't know.
Let me ask you this one.
Okay.
Can memories make someone human?
No, because dogs remember. Elephants remember. You ever heard of it? You ever heard of the saying, "An elephant never forgets"?
Mm-hmm. I
So
remember
right.
that. I do remember that.
So it's like no, because animals remember. Crows remember, but that doesn't make you human.
Gotcha. Okay, 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 okay. Now,
Good point. Yeah, I mean,
um,
good. Yeah.
did you ever stop and think, okay, let me ask you this. Do you think he never stopped being himself? I'll say that because it says, at what
Mm-hmm.
point do you stop being yourself? He was still himself. It just took time for him to find himself. That's the part I would say. It just took time for him to, he was on that protocol of being RoboCop until he found himself and was like, I had a wife, I had a son, I was a cop, I was,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. You know what I'm saying? Until I died. I think and that's when he started believing in himself and he knew that he was somebody just out there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we already know that OCP didn't give a damn about nobody. They didn't care about the people, they didn't care about the police, and they damn sure didn't give care about the city of Detroit.
No, they didn't.
You know, do you think there's areas right now that deal with this type of situations? I remember you always tell me about Baltimore and how Baltimore was going through some situations, and
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy because you said there was like one part where you go to this one side of Baltimore where it's clean,
Mm-hmm.
spick and span, and next you know you go
Mm-hmm.
to like maybe a block
Mm-hmm.
down and it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So if
Mm-hmm.
OCP had a chance, well, in our lifetime, do you think there would be people like or companies that would come over and be able to do something like this?
I mean, OCP is OCP in itself isn't bad. It's the
Mm-hmm.
people that run OCP. So you might have some people at OCP who just do their jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But OCP is run by people who are criminals because they can get away with it. The old man. Okay, Ken. All right, let's start here.
Okay.
Part two, OCP could have lost because when Kane went wild, OCP was to blame. And the old man, this doesn't look good for OCP. He's thinking about OCP, nothing else, right? And what did they do? They put it on the woman, the
Yeah.
psychiatrist.
The psychiatrist. Yes.
That's
Yes. I
how
remember
they
that
would be
part
able to
too.
get away. So
We'd need some evidence to support that.
Sir, whether it exists or not, I know I can find it.
She did choose the brain, sir.
way. So you got bad, corrupted people working for OCP. They just were corrupted.
Correct.
So, I mean, I'm sure there are organizations today that have major organizations where people are there who don't care about the poor. They only care about the money. Dick Jones and all of them didn't care about
Mm-hmm.
OCP. About the people. They cared about making money. They didn't live in Detroit. They lived someplace else.
Way off.
They didn't care about anything. Okay, you would even think Bob Morton. He created RoboCop. That dude was there doing cocaine with a couple of prostitutes. So he's not a wonderful person trying to make OCP the city a better place. He didn't care.
At all. Not at
He
all.
wanted to make money and for the company and he did.
And he surely talked bad to the people in the police station too, as well. That's what made me mad
Yes.
because he was like, "I'll have your job for this," and da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bro, really? You're going off the handle for no apparent reason, not knowing that the creation that you made is now dreaming and is now starting to realize it's become
Yes.
self-aware. This is the problem you should have fixed when it came down to that situation.
Yes.
All right, another thing we want to talk about too is like the media satire. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the commercials were so over the top, and it made me think like, dang, like would it be like this in the future, or present at that time, basically evolve as we evolve. I'm thinking to myself like the situation where the guy was like, I lost the account, and they're actually putting murder on TV like as a commercial, and
Yes.
it's like, what in the world are they doing? And it's like it's funny, but it's like that tells you that people are just watching TV just to watch TV in that universe because everybody was either robbing, stealing, or watching TV. There was
Yes.
nothing productive, nothing at all productive. Um, the police privatization.
Mm-hmm.
What
What you
what's
mean
your
by that?
thoughts on? So basically, when OCP bought the police, when it comes down to the current, like the contract, what was your thoughts about that?
What do you mean? Say that one more time.
So OCP took over basically, right? They took over the Detroit the
Oh
police
yeah.
department.
Yeah.
And then you just see like the policemen are not getting paid. The strikes are about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people had their
Mm-hmm.
own opinions when they started asking people on the news like what's going on. And they said police are servants of the law. They should be protecting us and all sort of stuff. And I'm like, they're not getting paid. Like they got mortgages like you. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So do you believe that OCP was like you said, OCP was doing like something great for the community, or they just was
No.
worrying about themselves?
No. Remember, as OCP progressed, the goal was to, again, part two expands on the lore, where where the mayor says you're gonna have to tear down a lot of homes to build Delta City. The
Mm-hmm.
goal has always to build Delta City,
Right.
right? The issue is you got to clean up the city before you build Delta City. Delta
Right.
City, all these things. But that means destroying homes, destroying people, and making money for OCP.
Mm-hmm.
That was their goal. That's what they wanted.
Dog, this right here, just and it reminds me
Yeah, they're the
of
enemy.
they're the enemy, and it's so crazy. It reminds me of corporations now
Yeah.
that's doing that, like to their workers, because you have these companies that are say they're going to pay you this, you get this, and then you're like, dang, I know I'm worth a lot more than just this. But companies are companies. They're going to take over. They're going to make you work. I remember one time my coworker said, I see y'all more than I see my child. And I was like, what are you talking
Mm-hmm.
about? She said,
Uh-huh.
we work from Monday through Friday. She said,
Mm-hmm.
I see y'all more than I see my child. She said, I drop my child off to school. I go after I get off from work. My mama picks him up. I go pick him up from my mama house. We may eat over there. The next thing you know, we get home, we take baths, and all of a sudden we gotta do it all over again the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt like, you know what, she made a valid point. We do see our coworkers more sometimes than we see our kids. And that's how corporations are. And I feel like, well, I'll say some corporations are. But you have those corporations out there or those businesses or those, those people that you work, they do help you out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a toss up, but yeah, I feel like that was a situation that happened. But yeah, I this it just makes me feel like corporations are crooks regardless, but they'll
Yeah.
find
They can be
ways.
crook.
They can be crooks. And in this one, I feel like the villain wasn't like you said, Dick Jones by itself. It was the corporation in a whole, which
It was,
caused
yeah. It
you.
Yeah, and again, it's you, these 80, 90 movies, they always have an overarching enemy, right?
Hmm.
Even with Darkman, right? There's an overarching enemy that was corporate. So they're the same. Dick
Hmm.
Jones is just as bad as Bonneker, and Bonneker is just as bad as Dick
And Dick
Jones.
Jones.
They're the same people. They both need to go to jail.
Right.
They both need to go to jail. He was
Go
what is
to
it?
jail.
Aiding and abetting a fugitive. Like, yeah, you need to go to jail. They
But now
and basically they all did. I mean, again in part two, Anne was like, we can't even touch him. Patience. But in part three, they lost everything.
they lost everything. Now that was the worst
They
part.
lost everything.
So now, man, it's crazy. So we got a little bit of facts about RoboCop.
Okay.
Um, I don't want to do that one, the first one about the Jesus situation, because I don't
Yeah, I
like
will
that.
worry about
I don't like that one.
that.
So the one I have was like when Peter Welling did this movie, right? At first, they had asked Arnold Schwarzenegger to do the movie,
I remember. Yeah.
but they said the suit wouldn't fit him,
Yes, he was too
so they
big.
had to. He was too big, so they used somebody else. They ended up using Peter Welling.
Yeah.
Now Weller, and what's going on is that suit weighs 70 pounds.
Mm.
Like,
It
could
was
you
hot.
imagine he was facing extremely hot weather, hot,
Yeah.
stuff inside the suit,
Yes.
difficult to move in, and it took hours to put on, like hours. And I remember he
Yes.
said that it was so funny because most scenes you would just see him from the waist up. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, we're not gonna put him in
Well,
full body armor.
they ran out of time. They ran out of budget.
Mm,
And no, they were like they didn't finish. And it wasn't budget. They had the budget. They ran out of time in making the suit.
got you.
So there were
Okay.
many scenes they filmed with just the upper part. So some scenes you don't never see the bottom. So this dude walk around with a pair of drawers on or something, and you see just the upper part of RoboCop. When he was driving cars,
Hmm.
he didn't have a bottom on.
That is right. And then
They
it was
never showed
always
him get
dark.
out the car in his suit.
And it was always dark.
And it was always dark, but they never show him get out the car. Like they never show. I think, I mean, there was camera cuts, but
Right.
they never showed like the one in the back. You know, clearly that is a shot that he took
Shot.
with this whole
Hmm.
thing, right? But he would have to wear the top. And you're right, Ken. 70 pounds, hot.
They say he was losing body fluids like maybe every time he put that thing on.
Yeah, it was hot, man. Foam wasn't
Yeah.
like foam inside or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because the black part was foam.
I didn't know that.
That even made it worse. It was like, oh my gosh. So let's talk about the greatest 80s villain. And
Okay.
I'm gonna have to put Clarence in that one. Because he was diabolical.
He was diabolical. He didn't care. Some criminals are so bad, they need a RoboCop to be stopped. To stop them.
Mm.
Because normal cops wouldn't have been able to do it. Or a super cop.
Or a super cop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
Okay. So
he was one of the worst.
he was one because when I saw like I said, we see these things he's doing, and like you said, we saw his rap sheet. It was like racketeering, murder, 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 stealing. It just was crazy for this guy. So that's why I was like, man, this movie right here, it was his classics at one point, but yeah, man, this movie was a really good thing to go over
Yes.
today.
Yes, it was
I would
good.
say that because this part was right. It was just great, man.
Hmm.
Like I said, another movie that we watched a whole lot, and it just was like
Yeah.
funny because we talk about it almost every day.
Every day.
We always clipping something from that little snippet and laughing about it for maybe 30 minutes, and not knowing that it's not that funny, but it's funny to us, So
Yes, it is.
like, yeah, man. So like I can say, man, tonight we did another classic. Like I said, RoboCop, first RoboCop, the most glorious, gritty film of its time, 1987. Man, just imagine I was what 5 years old. I couldn't watch that now, but that's how it was.
Uh-huh.
So just man, like I said, I want to thank y'all so much for being a part of tonight's casting about RoboCop. And like I said, I hope you really enjoy it. Like I said, just please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. So basically subscribe to all our multi platforms, which is YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I will make sure I put down the tag so that way you'll be able to see it and click on and basically look at some of the clips that we already have up from previous movies as well. All right.
Mhm.
So once again, thank you so much for being a part of Real Ones Only tonight. My name is Kenyatta Mitchell.
And I'm Joel Brown. And I just want to say, don't forget, Directive 1, uphold the public. Directive 2, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to start all over. I'm sorry. Directive 1, serve the public. Protect the innocent. Uphold the checkout time. Directive 2, peace out, Crete. I'm logging off. Directive 3, this unit must shut down to conserve batteries. Directive 4, classified as goodbye.
Peace.